What up, YouTube? I'm back from Mexico. It was my birthday. I had a great time with my wife, Rochelle. She unfortunately has COVID now. I don't, so I'm sleeping in the guest room. With that said, I took some time to let my Twitch know some of the trials and tribulations we went through on our way to Mexico. Things like missing a flight, crazy Uber drivers, also snapping our necks on a zip line. It's a bunch of fun stories. I think it's a good time. You'll feel like you were there with us. If we're gonna talk about this Mexico trip, I think I need to start at the beginning, which is something that I haven't told many people. We missed our flight on Friday. I was in the good old US of A on Friday and I didn't stream because I was so embarrassed. I just sat here playing League of Legends alone in the dark all day Friday while people are like, man, I hope Stanz is having a good time in Mexico. I hope he's having a good trip. It's so exciting he has to take a break. And I'm just sitting here in the dark going, oh, appear offline. Ugh. I played a game of Valorant and then I saw some of my mods get online and I was like, turn it off, hide, get under a blanket. So it started off with a little bit of a bang, and we did not go to Mexico on the day that we were supposed to go. What had happened was Rochelle had planned this trip for my birthday, which is very sweet of her. But she also had a big work conference all week, and she also planned me a secret dinner with my friends. We had Atrioc and Ari, we had Ludwig and Cutie, we had Point Crow, we had Abby. It was a great time. We went to one of the highest rated vegan restaurant in LA, and they had all this delicious food. It was amazing. But unfortunately, when you have a large mental stack, it is easier for things to slip through the crack. And so when I asked her, like, okay, we're going to John Wayne Airport, what time should we leave? The flight's at this? She told me, yeah, we can leave at 8 o'clock. Flight's at 9:45, whatever. We'll leave at 8 o'clock. I said, all right, sounds good. She tried to check us in. It didn't work. It was really frustrating. Okay, you know what? We'll leave a little earlier. We'll leave at 7:30 and then we'll get there and just sort everything out. And so on Friday morning, we call our Uber. We get in and he asks us, hey, what airline? And we go, hey, it's JetBlue. And he goes, okay, sick, man, cool. We're cruising, bebopping our way to the airport, you know, nothing too weird. And then when we get there, he's looking at the terminals. He goes, Terminal 1, Southwest, American, Delta. Terminal 2, Alaskan, British Airways, arbitrary other airline for the joke. Terminal 3, Texas Airlines, Stanz flights, whatever. And there's no JetBlue. And he goes, oh, hey, I don't know. Where do you want to go? Rochelle says, just drop us off here. We'll fucking figure it out, you know? And so we get out and we ask the first person we see where JetBlue is. And the guy goes, JetBlue? I think it's like off the airport around the corner. And we go, what the fuck does that mean? Are we like flying budget scary airline off? Are we get a private flight, JetBlue? And so we start walking around and thinking. And I go, well, hey, can you check the boarding pass again? Can you check the ticket? And I look at her. And she looks at me, and she's crestfallen. She goes, oh no. And I go, oh no? And she goes, oh no. It's at LAX. So I immediately call another Uber. I say, fuck it, we can get there. Our flight is at 9:45, and the Uber says that we can get there by 9:30. It's only an international flight. What's the worst that could happen? And so we're rushing. And we tell the Uber driver, like, yo, we're gonna miss our flight. I realize that we are flying from an airport to an airport or Ubering from an airport to an airport. Just help us out here. Just give us a chance. And he puts his life and limb on the line. He's cruising. And every time he gets stuck behind someone slow, he looks back, he does the full turn and goes, I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. And Rochelle at this point is absolute piss babied out of her mind. She goes, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna make it. Don't even rush. We're not going to do it. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm so appreciative. This is sick. Who knows? Maybe there's magic. Maybe the flight is delayed. My one dream is that the flight was delayed. And so somehow we can make it, right? And so we get there. We make it to the terminal. It's about 9. He saved us like 5 minutes. It's 9:25. Our flight's at 9:45. And I go up to the bag check guy and I go, hey, I went to the wrong airport. I'm super late. My flight is in 15 minutes to Mexico. Can I make it? And he looks me dead in the eye and goes, no fucking way, man. Which is crazy for a service worker. I respected the honesty, but it was crazy that he actually hit me with an F-bomb in the middle of the story. He went no shot, dude. He said, go get in that line and they'll rebook you for whenever the next one is. And so I'm hoping there will be one later this day or figure out another way. We get in line, we wait a long time. And it turns out we can't rebook until the same exact flight the next day. So we drive home. Rochelle is super sad because she feels like she boomed it. It's not a big deal. I've fucked things up in the past, right? And so she just takes a nap, and I sit here in the dark, and I play League of Legends all day Friday. We go to bed early, we wake up Saturday, and we fly to Cancun. That is the start of our journey. And I will say, the start of our journey and the end of our journey were by far the worst parts. Everything in the middle was super sick. But the start, awful. The end, maybe worse. Once we get there. When you miss your arrival day for these all-inclusive resorts, it throws off the whole stinky schedule. So we're like trying to rush and get a ride from the airport. We're like stuck at the Cancun airport. Everyone's partying and trying to sell you beers for a nickel. And we're like, just please shut the fuck up. Please turn off the mariachi. Please. We just need to find a ride to the resort. Stop this. Everyone is tapping you like, come on, man, let's have a party. No, we can't do it. There's a whole plaza for fiesta-ing outside of the Cancun airport. And we finally find a way to get there. We found this driver who was a really nice guy, and he gets us to our resort. At the gate, they basically pull guns on us. They go, what's your name? They didn't have guns. Batons. They're looking at it, and they go, Stanz? We don't see any Stanzes. There's no Stanzes on this list. You trying to sneak in here, huh? With a Mexican accent, of course, but I'm not going to try and do that. That would be appropriating of me. And so we have to admit to the guard as well, hey, we're doofuses. We missed our flight yesterday, so we're here. And he literally does a classic page turn to yesterday. Every single name is crossed out besides a gleaming 2 on there. And he goes, oh, I see you. Michelle and Nathan. And we go, yeah, close enough. And they let us in. It doesn't stop there because we go to the front desk and they tell us, we thought you weren't coming. When you didn't show up, we didn't know. We'll try and get a room ready. Why don't you just go like carouse about the grounds? Just go try and figure things out. Now, if you want to picture it in your head, I'm wearing Crocs, short shorts, t-shirt, probably the Sigma tank top, something stupid, glasses, a hat. We're sweaty, we're tired, it's humid there. Rochelle's wearing also like a crazy outfit. And so as we walk out of the resort or into the depths of the resort, we realize that we have made a big mistake with our booking. This is the fanciest resort I have ever been to, and we looked like absolute rednecks. The only people around were there for weddings, so they're full dresses, hair done, makeup, they're drinking cocktails and laughing, ha 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 ha, and we're walking through with our squeak 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 Crocs, trying to like order some drinks and food, smelling, just looking like dog shit, looking like garbage. And making a few social faux pas. I will say, Rochelle, whether it was the long travel day and getting boomed by missing the flight, made a few cultural mistakes, including trying to steal a man's food from the snack cart. We go up and there's a sign and it's like, hey, you can order tacos or a hamburger or whatever. This is like the one restaurant that you don't have to wear closed shoes. It's just like a food truck out there in the middle of the plaza. And she's looking, hot dog, hamburger, and there's a couple plates on the rim, and a guy is walking up. And so I look at this, and I obviously understand that you order food, they eventually put it out, you go grab it. And she goes, oh, do you just grab it? And grabs the plates. And you should have seen this man. His eyes go wide. Boop. He starts doing a little fast walk over there and goes, hey, those are my plates. And I'm sitting here going, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you trying to steal this guy's food? Of course you have to order it. So that was, we were not dressed appropriately. We were not acting appropriately. We were tired. We didn't show up on time. It was all in all an issue. It was a super fancy resort. The pool's closed at 8, which was also cringe because we were trying to get lit. There was a cool burlesque show that we got to watch. They had like a big stripper pole and had some fun. But it was kind of weird sitting around all these like 40 to 60-year-old white people who were dressed up a lot watching it while we're just sitting there in our Crocs like, yeah, grind that pole, oh yeah. And they're just like sipping their drinks. All in all, the first night was maybe not the best night. We did get it figured out the next day, though. We had everything going for us, because during the day, no one was dressed for the wedding. The weddings were at night. We realized very quickly that the only time people were dressed very nicely was like basically post 4 p.m. So if you wake up in the morning, 9, 10, things like that, you can go out there in your swim trunks and your short sleeve shirt, whatever, and go swim in the pool. So we do, and we have fun and free drinks, free food. We're chilling at the pool. We get super sunburned. We're having a great day. Everything is right with the world. And then we have an even better day. The day after that, one of the things that didn't fall through, one of the things we did not fuck up was our excursion day. We got to go to Chichen Itza, one of the new wonders of the world. There's this very cool Mayan pyramid based on the seasons, 91 steps to represent every day in a season. The sunlight goes through it and you see your dead uncle or some crazy shit. It was an awesome time. That was very fun. We had to wake up at 6:30 a.m. to go there. It was maybe the coolest thing we did on the trip. If not for what we did next, which was drive to a cenote, or sinkhole, cave, pool underground, and rappel in like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Oh, there's a YouTube video. Someone made one. I can show you what we did. Cenote Maya Park. Okay, well, we don't need to see the beginning. I just want to see the rappelling. We did do a traditional Mayan ceremony. Look at that. Look at how high those ropes are. Look how small this man is. I was on this rope. I went down it like an absolute king. Right by San Diego, Mexico. You rappel down in, you hit the water, which is freezing, and then they have an assortment of different fun things you can do down there. There's like a rope swing, a high dive, a zip line that you zip line in and you fucking go flying. But the best part of this is as I am rappelling down, as I am making my grand entrance, waving like the queen, I notice that there's probably, I don't know, a 16-year-old kid who's just staring at me. He's just looking up, like picking his nose, like, well, he's just watching me. I don't know why he is, because he obviously had done this right before me, right? He had rappelled in. And as I kerplunk, as I hit the waters and swim over and get out on the, let me try and show you. There's like a dock and like a whole area to do. Oh, there's a person rappelling down. So that's me going down, basically. You swim over and you've got this like cool ass pirate ship thing you can jump off of and zip line. And he looks me dead in the eyes and he goes, "Are you Stanz?" And I go, "Yeah, who are you?" And he goes, "I'm a huge fan. I watch your stream all the time." In the middle of a cenote, in the middle of Mexico, near nothing. We're not by Chichen Itza. We're not by Cancun. We're at the most random fucking cenote in the world. And he recognized me coming down the rappel line like an angel from heaven, which was so sick. I took a picture with him. If he's here, hey, say something. That was super sick. God, was his name Ethan? I asked him his name and I completely forgot. But me and Rochelle took a picture. It was very cool that he recognized me. Rochelle and I did all the fun stuff, rope swing, rappel. You can jump off this, which is a pretty big jump right here. Zodiac, is that you? Is that you? You jump off this. This was fun. And what you can't see right here is that there is a zip line, a long zip line that goes across all of it. And you end right about where this guy is floating. Let's see if we can see someone doing it. I'm going to tell you the story of how Rochelle almost killed herself. There's a zip line, you fly down it, you have a good time, and then you launch off and you do it. Unfortunately, Rochelle thought that she wanted to maximize her time on the zip line. So the zip line is like this. This is the dock. Let's get brown so that we can color code this. That you stand on and you jump from, right? Super sick, super easy. And this is the water. And so she's seeing a lot of people jump off of the zip line. Yay! Right here, which as you can see is a long fall. This is a pretty big drop, kind of scary. And so she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, I'm just going to hold it a little bit longer, right? I'm going to drop off right about here and then I'll get more zip line time and I'll have a lot of fun," right? This is Rochelle, hopefully. This is Rochelle in a good world where God exists and she doesn't die in the cenote. What we didn't know is there is a second red rope that goes around the top. Now, this rope is how the man up here, the worker, brings the zipline handle back to the people. And unfortunately, while the zipline goes all the way down here, the red rope, which is attached to the handlebars, ends right here. And so Rochelle, who was planning to make it down here, hit a hard stop right here, did a full flip upside down because as you think, your legs keep going, right? Your hands stop, your legs keep going. She does a full flip, gets some height, lands in the air, and then smacks down straight on her neck, and you could hear a pin drop in the cenote. Everyone's going, "Holy shit, she's fucking dead, dude." And then she comes up and she goes, "I'm okay," and everyone clapped. It was by far the scariest thing that had happened. She went from right side up to legs forward to legs above her head. And then because she had the momentum and her legs flipped, she got more air than you should get. So it was like time stopped. She's in the air. I'm up there. I'm right here this whole time. I'm watching it from a straight on angle. And I'm supposed to go next. I'll let you know right now I pussied out. Are you kidding me? I just watched her fucking die. I went, no thank you, dude. I climbed right down this little ladder that got us up there. And she comes out of the water, dazed, confused, talking about not going to sleep because she thinks she has a concussion. Her shins have these massive welts on them for how hard she hit the water. It was just a brutal, brutal time. But maybe the funniest part. Now, a couple things went wrong at the end that scared me a little bit. One is that, if you don't know this, the U.S. requires a negative COVID test to re-enter the country. This is great. This is smart. This is what you should have. You should require that people don't have a highly infectious, contagious, killer disease, virus, before they come back or before they travel internationally, before they go to airports and are super spreaders. I'm very happy about this. But as we go to get our COVID test, something is awry. We go into the room, and it's just two jabronis. They do have scrubs on, but their masks are on their neck. He takes the swab, sticks it in our, and does not go anywhere near deep enough. So he wipes like a booger at the bottom of my nose, puts it back in, says, okay, go downstairs there, then we'll tell you if it's positive. 30 seconds later, we walk downstairs, and he hands us a letter, you're negative. Now, tests don't work that quickly, and it was already stuffed in a sealed envelope. I'm not trying to put the resort on blast or the entire tourism industry of Cancun, but this was a rubber stamp. They are not testing people for COVID down there, and I will say it shook me to my core. I went, what the fuck? What if I have COVID, dude? Shouldn't we wait a little longer? It doesn't go that fast. And he was like, no, you're good. You need this letter to get back home. Just take the letter. And he basically ushered me out of there. And as we looked at the stack where he gave us our letter, there were 60 other envelopes. There weren't 60 other people before us. There was no one there, which means that they pre-printed all of the negative results and were just handing them out to people beforehand. That's not good. That's not good at all. And then comes the most psychopathic and infuriating part of the trip. We land last night at about, 11 p.m., somewhere around there. 10:30, 11:30. I'm not paying attention. My phone's dead. I'm just chilling. And Rochelle orders us a Lyft. And we get a driver. Let's call him Ronald, because that is his name. Ronald, if you're watching this, I'm onto your fucking gambit. And Ronald drives a Prius. As we get in the car at LAX, we are excited because it says 35 minutes to home. Ah, yes, such a fast trip. We're going to scoot home. We thought we were going to get home at like 1 a.m. The flight was fast. This is sick. And Ronald proceeds to peel out of the LAX parking lot in his little Prius. He's not going very fast because it's a Prius, but he is absolutely driving like he's in crazy fucking taxi. For everything but the ramps. There's flames coming out of the tailpipe of his Prius, right? And so we're back in the chair thinking, hell yeah, let's go, Ronald. You're going to get us there. The problem is, the second we get on the freeway, he sets his cruise control to 60 miles per hour and locks it in for the entire journey. A 40-minute, 35-minute ride took us 1 hour and 10 minutes because Ronald really wanted to stay on turbo eco mode on his Prius. And you don't want to say anything. You're like, you tell him, like, drive faster? Yeah, we're driving on literally like the 405. People are pew, pew, blowing by us. And we're in Ronald's Prius going 60. Just absolutely not doing anything crazy. And Rochelle is white-knuckling like me in that movie theater, if you've ever heard the Ludwig story. She keeps checking the Lyft app when we're going to get there. 35 minutes turns to 40. 40 turns to 50. The normal speed for that road is 75, if not 80. And he's going 60. So he's going 15 below what I would say grandmas drive on it, and 20 below what any self-respecting driver drives on it. But when you're coming back from a Cancun trip, jaded about the world of COVID, Rochelle almost killed herself. You missed the first day. It was not the easiest way to get home. Rochelle got out of the car, and it was like that scene at the end of Shawshank when he comes out of the sewer pipe and raises his hand in the air. She opens the door of the Prius, falls to her knees on her grass, and puts her hand up. She looks like, what was the movie about the Mayans that Mel Gibson did? Apocalypto. She's like the priest in Apocalypto, just raising her hands to the god. We finally made it home. And that was the end of our Yucatan experience. We went to Cancun, we went to Chichen Itza, we went to Cenote Maya, we were recognized, we broke our necks, we looked like white trash, we had a falsified COVID test, and Ronald, the Uber driver, I think broke my wife's mental.